In this video, we will look at how to carry out a year-end close on an AuditAdvanced file. There are three areas that need to be looked at when rolling forward your file: review, roll forward and retention settings, in documents, on issues, and on risks and reportable items, the need to perform a cleanup routine, and finally, rolling forward the file. I am now in my audit file, which is ready to be rolled forward. The first thing to consider is the settings on any documents within Document Manager that impact on roll forward. By right-clicking on a document, the Document Properties window will appear where these settings can be reviewed. The three areas to be considered are: do you want the document to be retained in the current year file on cleanup? The default option is yes, but this can be changed by removing the tick mark. Do you want the document to be rolled forward into next year's audit file? Some documentation, for example permanent file items, will need to be rolled forward, whereas items specific to the current year should not. The tick box should be amended as appropriate. Would you like the item to be rolled forward as a placeholder? This may be applicable, for example, with an aged debtors report, where you do not need the prior year's report on a file but would like to use the same reference for the current year's report. There are two similar options with any issues recorded on the audit file. If the issue is to be retained on the current year file after cleanup, the option to be retained should be selected. Similarly, if the issue is an ongoing one and needs to be included in next year's audit file, the roll forward box should also be ticked. Note that neither of these options are selected as default. Finally, any risk and reportable items that are on the file have the option to be rolled forward if they are ongoing items. Next, we need to think of the cleanup routine. This routine is quite significant in its impact, and each firm needs to decide if they wish to use it. To access the cleanup routine, we need to go to the engagement menu and select cleanup from the menu. This will open up the cleanup wizard. Completing it will do the following: clear any issues not to be retained on cleanup, delete any documents that are not to be retained on cleanup, plus any annotations to those documents, removes any deleted procedures. So finally, the year-end close. This too is accessed from the engagement menu. By selecting the year-end close from the menu, the year-end close window will open and an occasion and name can be created from within the window. The following changes will arise in the new year file. Work programs. These will have the previous year's responses, notes and conclusions deleted, but audit procedure customizations and references are retained. Permanent file checklist will have all the information and notes added to the left-hand column retained, but anything in the right-hand column will be cleared. All other checklists will have all the information apart from references deleted. Note that in the roll forward files, some of the reports may need refreshing. For example, the partner and manager summary will need to be refreshed to include the roll forward risks, and similarly, the B32 FSA may on occasions need refreshing too. Where files are synchronized using Case4Cloud, a roll forward should be carried out on a child version of the file, and the new file should then be published to the cloud.